Hey, what's up everybody? Jake here and welcome to the hobby. 2024 is here and there has never been a better time to be a Pokemon card collector. There are so many great exciting things happening right now in the hobby, and prices for sealed products are at their cheapest points. Right now, if you want to pick up any sealed products that has come out over the last couple of years, they are readily available on store shelves. Pretty much all of the Scarlet and Violet era sets are currently going for below $100 a booster box. So many new products are going for discounted prices. You have really a plethora of choices to pick up any kind of booster packs or sealed products that you want to start collecting and crack open. And of course, we can also talk about the vintage markets as well as the singles. There are so many really cool cards out there right now. The vintage market is actually at its most affordable point in the last couple of years. So if you're looking to pick up something like a base set Charizard, well, now you can actually pick one of those up at an actual affordable price. So we're going to be going over all of that and more in today's video. First off, let's talk about the sealed products and recent sets that have come out. Right now, if you're looking to pick up any booster boxes, all of the Scarlet and Violet era booster boxes are literally going for below $100. During the COVID era, there were a lot of other YouTubers that said that this price point was never going to happen again. Pokemon card booster boxes were never going to go for below $100, and here we are. You can find booster boxes going for as low as 80 to 70 US dollars in certain fire sale clearance prices during the holiday. So it was actually incredible how cheap booster boxes were going for. So that's 36 modern Pokemon card booster packs, which retails for upwards of $150 to $160 on an MSRP website like the Pokemon Center itself. But now you can find them from game stores going for as low as $70 to $80, which is absolutely astounding. Those are really great deals. You want to pick up a ton of booster packs and just crack open a bunch of really cool modern Pokemon cards, then a sealed booster box is definitely the way to go. That's going to be the biggest value in terms of a pack opening experience. In terms of recent sets, there's going to be three major sets that you are going to want to pick up, and these include Crown Zenith, Pokemon 151, as well as the upcoming Paldean Fates. These are going to be the best Pokemon card sets to crack open, collect, and pick up from 2024. This is going to be your bread and butter if you want to find some really exciting cards. These three sets are going to be it. Crown Zenith, Pokemon 151, and Paldean Fates are definitely going to be the most fun sets to crack open this year. If you're looking for some other really cool products, I would definitely be on the lookout for other sealed products. While they contain a ton of really good value proposition, if you're just looking for a fun pack opening experience, and they are usually a Pokemon investor's go-to because sealed booster boxes tend to garner a lot of value long term if you're holding up a set from years past. But I would not just pick up booster boxes. There are lots of really cool sealed products coming out. Something as simple as the 151 Ultra Premium Collection, which you can find going for between $90 to $80 right now at its lowest point, is really fantastic to both crack open and keep sealed. They look really solid on a display case, and at the same time, there's a ton of really cool promo cards inside of one of those bad boys. And of course, everyone loves the base set of Pokemon, so 151 is fantastic because you got all of your fan favorites: Pikachu, Blastoise, Venusaur, Charizard, so all kinds of really great, fantastic Pokemon inside of this set. If you're looking for some more high-end products, then there are some really cool products right now to pick up. One of the more rare products that I can recommend is the Yokohama deck box, which comes with a really exciting Pikachu. This box came out during the Yokohama World Championship from 2023. It is the inaugural product for Japan because this was the first time that Japan ever held a Pokemon World Championship. So it is a nice little display piece. If you're looking for some other really cool products, anything from premium collections to cool new Japanese booster boxes or any kinds of display products that are coming out, are all fantastic. It's really going to depend on what kind of collector you are and how you want to set up your display. I don't know what your aesthetic that you're approaching is going for. Lots of people will go for different kinds of color hues. So depending on what kind of sealed products or theme your collection is going for, I would have to advise you on different means. But there's so many really cool products right now. If you just want to collect blue products, there's tons of blue products. If you want to collect red products, there's tons of red products. So that's all there really is. It's just a ton of variety and you have your choice right now. 2 or 3 years ago, it was challenging. You pretty much picked up any sealed products you could find because there were so few of them. But right now it's a collector's paradise, while there's just so many really cool stuff to pick up that you have a freedom of choice on how you want to display your collection. So that's pretty much it for the modern sealed product sides and some of the major sets that I can recommend for 2024. If you're into vintage Pokemon cards, now may be a great time to jump in. Vintage Pokemon card prices are at their lowest points in years. During the hype of COVID and during the pandemic, vintage Pokemon card prices were absolutely through the roof. It was pretty much untouchable. Everything was super expensive. But right now, a lot of the vintage products are actually at their lowest point in the past 3 or so years. So if you're looking for something like a first edition base set Charizard and you don't mind one that is in less than perfect condition, because honestly, if you're going to put it inside of your binder, it's going to look fine for display. No one's going to see the back, no one's going to see the whitening or issues with it. So if you want a first edition base set Charizard, you can pick those up going for anywhere between $2,000 to $4,000 on the cheap end. And remember, this is a first edition base set Charizard, so while that's a lot of money, that's way cheaper than where they were years ago. And you're gonna probably wonder how you're gonna be able to tell one of these are real, because that's a lot of money to drop on a vintage Pokemon card. Well, one of the easiest ways is to purchase a graded Pokemon card. You can purchase a first edition base set Charizard for less than near mint condition for that range between $2,000 to $4,000. And if you don't like it inside of its graded case, you can always crack open that case and put the card inside of the binder, and you know that it's been authenticated, so that you have that peace of mind that you have a truly authentic Charizard. If you're not into collecting singles, then in terms of sealed products, vintage is actually some of the best products to go for, because these products are definitely out of print. They've been out of print for 20 plus years, so vintage sealed products are usually some really great stuff to pick up. If you're someone that's a little bit more of a budget collector and you're saying you can't afford a vintage booster box, I completely understand, because that's a lot of money and it's a lot of risk to have a cardboard box lying around and you can't tell one of those are real or not. Well, I would recommend sealed booster packs. Sealed booster packs are a lot of fun for display purposes, because I love displaying them as well. Some of the easy ones to pick up would be the original base set booster packs. Those are still in their unlimited version, readily available, and there's a lot of them going for between anywhere from $200 to $400, depending on what kind of booster pack you're looking for, because the Charizard booster pack art is of course the most expensive of the three. But if you pick up the Venusaur, Blastoise, and Charizard as a set, you can frame up those bad boys and they're going to look great on display. So that's pretty much it for the vintage market. I'm going to also make some shout outs for some last calls. If you're looking for some sealed products that is going to probably garner value over the next couple of years, then I would start looking at some sets from the Sword and Shield era that are out of print now that we are moving well into Scarlet and Violet. And some of those sets can be something as exciting as Sword and Shield Evolving Skies. This is probably the best set to come out of the Sword and Shield era, and a lot of people recognize that. It is really expensive right now. A booster box of it is going for upwards of $400 to $420. However, last year at the start of January 2023, a booster box was going for around $300, so it's definitely climbing in terms of value. And we know that these booster boxes are no longer being printed, and there's going to be less and less of them as people crack open more and more products over the next couple of years. So something like an Evolving Skies booster box is a really confident pickup where it's just going to slowly climb in terms of value. You're probably going to be kicking yourself if you don't have at least one of these booster box inside of your collection. Of course, I would only recommend picking it up if you can actually have the self-will to keep it sealed, because of course everyone's going to want to crack one of these open. But remind you, this set is known as Evolving Cries for a reason, because if you crack open a booster box, there's a solid chance you might not find anything good inside of your booster box, which is super disappointing because you spent $400 on it. So that's why I would recommend you keep it sealed. Some other last call products can be something like Lost Origin or Brilliant Stars. A lot of these older Sword and Shield sets are slowly going out of print. They're not going to be readily available going into 2024. So this is really a last call. If you want any products from Sword and Shield, I would probably pick them up right now, because a lot of them are going out of print. Something like a Sword and Shield base set booster box, something like a Vivid Voltage booster boxes. If you don't have these booster boxes from older sets and they're still at an affordable price right now. Don't get me wrong, they're still going for upwards of $200, but they are out of print and they are going to slowly go up in value just because that's how the Pokemon collecting hobby really works. There's a ton of exciting young collectors out there that are opening up Vivid Voltage and Sword and Shield base that are going to want to pick up these sets in the next 10-20 years when they're older, and they're only going to get more expensive with time. So don't be kicking yourself. If you're someone that's into collecting sealed products, I would recommend picking up those Sword and Shield era booster boxes now because they are out of print and there's only really value to be made in them. Outside of that, you have your pick of any other Pokemon card product. You should pretty much purchase whatever you want that you really enjoy because everything is so affordable right now. We really don't have to analyze things really thoroughly just because there's just a plethora of products and everything's at a super cheap price point right now. So if you want to pick up a Paradox Rift booster box, if you want to pick up the latest Scarlet Violet sets, those are all readily available. In terms of the singles market, there's a ton of really cool stuff for a budget collector. So we're moving on to the budget collection because of course not everyone can afford hundreds of dollars in terms of booster boxes and sealed products and vintage and first edition Charizard and all that. So we're going to talk about really cheap Pokemon cards for the budget collector because you can spend a lot of money collecting Pokemon cards very quickly, but also if you're a budget collector and you can only spend $5 a month, there is still room for you in this hobby. So what are some really cool cards that I can recommend you pick up for even below $5? In terms of really cool cards below $5, we actually have a ton of really cool stuff right now. If you're into full art Pokemon cards, there's just a ton of those going for below $5. So you can have a super cool full art Pokemon card binder very quickly. A ton of full art trainer cards are also going for below $5. So if you're not into the Pokemon and you're into collecting anime figures or character designs, a lot of those are going for below $5 right now in the hobby, especially from the Scarlet and Violet era. Now, if you're someone that's just into art cards, well, trainer gallery cards, Galarian gallery cards, and illustration rares are all very affordable. There are some expensive ones in the hobby, but a lot of them are really cheap right now. If you search for trainer gallery cards, if you search for Galarian gallery cards and illustration rares, a lot of really cool art designs are going for below $5. So you can very quickly build yourself an exciting and cool and vibrant binder very quickly. Just a ton of really cool art cards are very affordable right now. And the cool thing is you can also pick and choose because if you're into flying Pokemons, if you're into sky scenes, if you're into collecting cards with arts of food inside of them, there's specific artworks for you. So that's where you can have some personality and design your binder how you want it, because I've met someone recently where they have a complete binder of just Pokemon cards that features artwork of Pokemon eating something or having food related items inside of their binder, which I think is super cool because there's just so many different art designs that you really have your choice of personality on how you want to go with it. You can have a gloomy, dark binder, or you can have a vibrant and bright and colorful binder. So you can really go all in on whatever kind of display you want, and that's where we are right now in the hobby. All right, everybody, that's the end of today's video. Those are my major recommendations for how you can collect in 2024. And the theme of 2024 is really going to be options. There are so many options right now for collecting Pokemon cards. You can go in any direction you want, and they're all pretty much open to you because prices are at their cheapest points in years, and all of those avenues, vintage Pokemon cards, sealed products, singles market, and all these cool art gallery cards, they're all readily available to you. So you really have to think about it, how you want to collect Pokemon cards, what kind of personalities or theme or designs are you going for with your collection. Think it over because all of those choices are available to you. So I'm really excited about expanding my collection. If you've been watching my display over the last couple of years, it's changed a couple of times as I add more and more items to my collection. And I can tell you in 2024, I'm going to be going to more conventions than ever. I'm going to be picking up more cards than ever. And it's going to be a really exciting time to be a Pokemon card collector. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.